Hi Aquarius, welcome to your reading for October 2021. This will be for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, always. You may have planets in the sign of Aquarius. You could be in love with an Aquarius, or you're just intuitively guided to the reading. So whatever brought you, I want to welcome you and hope that you receive whatever messages you need to receive today. We're going to start with our Mother Mary Oracle deck, as always. Read it at the end, and you'll see how profound it is then. I pre-shuffled all my decks, so today we're going to use the Mother Mary, we're going to use the Light Seers Tarot, and then we're going to use the Gilded Tarot. So let's go ahead and get started. Remember, time is fluid. Sometimes it makes sense right away. Sometimes you'll hear things that maybe don't make sense right now, but down the road, it's like, oh, okay. And it may, you may revisit the reading then. So just remember that. Time is fluid. And let's begin, Aquarius. Okay. What? Marriage. We have marriage. I make a commitment to a healthy relationship with God, myself, and my partner. Okay. We'll see what that's relating to. I'm sure we'll find out in the reading. Let's go ahead and give the Light Seers a shuffle or two. Again, already pre-shuffled. Just tune into your energy. Aquarius. Let's give him a cut. And let's begin. We open with the Eight of Pentacles. Whatever I put my focus in is what will grow. For some of you, this is about a business venture that maybe you're just beginning, and your question may be, can I grow this to success? I feel like, yes, if that's what you put your focus on. Now, it doesn't mean all your focus should go to your pentacles, right? We have the Devil, card of Capricorn. Let's try to read them how they came out. We have the Page of Wands. She's my little go-getter. She goes after what it is that she wants. She may not know what the outcome's going to be, but she's not thinking about the outcome. She's thinking about right now. We have the Hangman. Interesting because, I feel like we have action, block, action, block. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Emperor. Card of Aries coming under a card of Capricorn. We have the King of Swords, can be you. Another Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. And then, interesting, we have the Four of Wands, which is the only card that came in reverse. I have to keep it that way for right now. And then we have the Seven of Wands. I definitely feel like some of you are going into some type of a business, or you're in some type of a business, and your business, listen, it could talk about you yourself getting through the dark night of the soul, so to speak, and now what you're doing is helping others in that aspect. You may have someone who disagrees with it. I'm not sure, but there is like the block of the hangman. Now, I keep saying it's a block. It's not really a block. The hangman is looking for wisdom, right? But this Four of Wands, which is the marriage card, in reverse. And it's interesting that we have the marriage card from Mother Mary. I feel like what this is talking about, whether it be work or whether it be love or whether it be all of that, the Six of Swords opens the second line, moving to the Emperor. So I feel like this is the realization of what's been toxic to me, whether it be my job, whether it be the people I work with, whether it be someone that I've been in love with, that type of thing. But this is you moving away from that energy. The Six of Swords says, understand that during this movement, that it can be choppy. You're moving through choppy waters, but the promise is of calmer waters. Seven of Wands is the energy of defending oneself, defending one's action. So again, I feel like there may be someone who disagrees, or I don't know, doesn't like what you're doing. But nonetheless, I feel like the energy's on your side. This King of Swords is right next to the Four of Wands in reverse. So I don't know if some of you are thinking about a potential divorce, a potential ending of a relationship. And why would I do that? Well, maybe the energy has been somewhat toxic. I hate to put a blame on a person. What I like to say is when the energy is toxic, it just means, sometimes relationships are meant to end. Sometimes work relationships are meant to end, but there's still a great amount of knowledge to be gained from that. And that's what the Eight of Pentacles is about. She's got her back to the devil, almost like I feel the influence of that energy, which by the way, it can be temptations. Temptations to take you out of the light and into the dark, so to speak. Doesn't mean you lose your light, your beacon of light, but it is, I feel like it's a destination that I've walked through. I feel like many of you have learned during this period and then turning around and using it in some way, perhaps to begin, again, like some type of business for yourself. This king is looking right back at the emperor like that is my goal. It's interesting. I don't know if this is saying, do I have to choose between love and work, between love and my creativity? I don't know. Let's see what comes under that. Because the hangman's kind of putting a hold on that. Some of you, this is a hold on really connecting yourself to another. Maybe you just don't feel ready. We have the Six of Wands. Well, my dears, that is the energy of victory. Coming under the Emperor. And then we have the Strength card, card of Leo. This is about an inner strength. This is something that you yourself have overcome. That can be what the devil's talking about. Your own temptations, right? The beast within ourselves that we need to find a way to calm, to bring to balance, right? You just look at the card and you can see like she's part lion. So her journey, though probably difficult, has taught her a great amount. This is the energy of I see that gentle little lamb, against the energy of the lion or the tiger, whatever you want to say. I believe it's a lion. So coming directly under the King of Swords, so the energy of air, let's say. I feel like some of you have overcome some difficult energy, and because of that, you're receiving epiphanies, you're receiving direction. Well, that would make sense. We have the Six of Cups, and then we have the World, and we're going to keep those two connected. We have the Moon on the bottom of the deck, your neighbor, Pisces, also the ruler of Cancer. I'm trying to think what our full moon is, but honestly, I don't know. So, okay. Well, Six of Cups down here that's connected to the World. This talks about the next chapter, something new that's opening up. I feel like some of you may have had someone who came back, even maybe you're married to them. I definitely feel there was a connection to them. However, I feel like there has been a hold on it, potentially so that you could move within this Eight of Pentacles energy. I feel like for some of you, it's the learning of the beast within me and the ability to overcome it, that then puts you into the energy of the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands to me is really my Fool. Not in the major arcana, but she is my Fool. I feel like she's just learning something, but she's moving according to her desires. But then it's interesting because then the Hangman shows up. So, it almost like it's slowing it down a little bit. So I feel like this Four of Wands is about you. First of all, creating what it is you want to create for yourself. And then I feel like this Four of Wands will turn around. The Six of Cups underneath that talks of someone potentially of our past, someone that we have happy memories with. When I think about them, it brings a smile to my face. Whether this is someone, and it doesn't have to be a person, but it is about happier times. It's a remembrance of happy times, of harmony. I often feel it is love, though, with someone that at one time I was connected to. Now, this energy is connected to the World, so this is the next chapter. This is showing us that there's a portal opening up for you. But we have to get to this energy, right? So the Eight of Pentacles is saying, be willing to walk in this energy as the apprentice, But ultimately, what am I looking for in the Eight of Pentacles? I am looking ultimately for success. So I feel like, as it relates to, I'm going to go back and forth because I feel like as it relates to work, some of you, whether you were forced or you chose to leave a position, I feel like it's because you are thinking or you already have begun something on your own. I am feeling the Emperor as the boss, the business owner. I have you looking right back at that. I feel like in a way there's this energy maybe with right now that is kind of stifling my creative energy, because I feel like there's something that truly you're meant to do. Now, do you have to? Of course not. It's truly up to you. You have free will to do whatever it is you want to do, but I feel this is inspired. I also feel, Aquarius, it's like there was something in, let's just say, in your life that tended to keep you in a darker type energy. Maybe you've been stuck in it for a while with the Hangman here, right? But I feel ultimately this is about what you have learned through this energy. I do feel like you're kind of putting a hold on a relationship, whether it be a current relationship or a future relationship. Some of you, I do feel like you're cutting ties with someone. And I feel like all this is being inspired through your creative house. it's like I feel that this chapter wants to open up for me, but I also feel stifled with the energy that I'm in. The Eight of Pentacles says, don't worry, like, you don't have to know everything. This is about, again, being willing to go into a situation and learn as you go. Again, if you put your focus on it, her back is to the energy of the devil. So I don't feel like she's concentrating on this energy. However, she's creating out of that energy. So like your dark night of the soul. The moon on the bottom of the deck, I just don't know what's going to happen, right? This is uncertainty. The hangman saying, because of the uncertainty, I'm putting certain things on hold. Some of you, it's marriage, or some of you, it's the cutting of ties. And I feel like, why? Because you feel called to something else. Now, I also want to say that some of you could be in a relationship, in a maybe even a marriage, but you're not fulfilled in that marriage. And I feel like this may be where someone of the past comes in. Now, I also want to say this can talk about your location, because Six of Swords has you in movement. So sometimes our location, and that can even be like, maybe you have an office at home, but the room you have your office in is dark and dingy. It doesn't stir your creativity. So location could just be moving into another room. But for some, it can be moving across the country. So I feel like wherever your movement is, it feels right because it's moving you to calmer waters. You have the energy of needing to defend yourself, defend your actions. However, Six of Swords right next to that says that this is energy you will overcome. Not just that, but, I feel like in a way, then you teach it. Because this puts you in very persuasive type energy. This puts you in the type of energy, especially under the Emperor, people are looking to you for your advice, for your specialty, for your creativity. There's something that you have gained that now you can use to now be the leader. And, leader of your home, the leader of your community, the leader in whatever it is you do, right? The boss. Much has been learned. I don't know that you could be this person without going through, or at least having the understanding of, it's like the dark night of the soul, right? Because now maybe I'm helping others to overcome. And I couldn't have really done that if I hadn't walked in their shoes. So I do feel like you've already walked in their shoes. Okay. But the moon does add some uncertainty to this. This uncertainty shouldn't stop you, though. I feel like with what we're seeing here, it's saying just put the action forward. One step at a time is all that's needed. And being willing to move when you're feeling that energy. Let me bring this down a little bit. Okay, let's get into the Gilded Tarot, and let's go deeper. Let's find out exactly what this is. We open the reading with an 8. 8 is about a new beginning. This new beginning, many times you have to allow yourself to have, right? And that's what the Page of Wands does. She allows herself to have these experiences. Doesn't mean they're all good, but all learnable. Let's actually move these all over a little bit. And let's start at the beginning. So we're going to look at the first line, which is, we're reading it all together, but it is the Eight of Pentacles, the Devil, Page of Wands, and the Hangman. And look at this. We have the Emperor coming over the Eight of Pentacles. I think if you're looking for confirmation about doing something out of your creative house, or maybe can I even be successful, the Emperor showing up again definitely tells you that you can be the boss. You can be the business owner. You've learned some valuable leadership skills, whether I purposely tried to learn them or they just came to me through my experiences. So, it's interesting because, again, you start the Eight of Pentacles, which is about the apprentice. But immediately we have the Emperor over that, which is about the boss. Some of you, many of you, are becoming your own boss. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Chariot, which is kind of beautiful, coming over the Page of Wands. And then look at this, guys. We have the Nine of Pentacles under the over the Hangman. So, I feel like if you're questioning, can you create something for yourself that will truly be successful? It is saying yes. I feel like there's been a little bit of a block over maybe your pentacles, over your success, but it feels like now it's changing. The Chariot is movement. The Chariot moves, I feel like, by mind control. I think it, I will it, and therefore it follows. The Chariot comes in like as a reward, saying, congratulations, you have found balance within yourself, balance within your life, and therefore it's like, let's move to the next chapter. The next chapter, the Nine of Pentacles, success. If you're willing to put, if you're wondering, can I take can I take my creative house the whole way to the energy of success? It's saying yes. Now, the Page of Pentacles coming over the Devil. Page of Pentacles is on a journey of knowledge. I want to learn, right? I want to be filled with this knowledge. Many times, it can be knowledge about anything, but because it's coming over the Devil, I feel like it's talking about knowledge over the dark night of the soul, knowledge over the energy that tends to want to tempt us into it. And can I just say, it looks like this is how you're making your pentacles. So if you have any question, will I be successful, especially if this is the type of business you're thinking, this is saying you will. You can be. You have, or let's just put it another way, you have the opportunity to truly take this to places probably you don't even expect. So again, this is the energy of knowledge from the energy that seemed to hold me back. Now it's like a different type of energy. Now it's like I see it. It's like I can see the devil. I can look the devil right in the eye, and I no longer fear it. I no longer fear that energy. Instead, what I'm doing is probably learning how to overcome, again, those temptations that tend to want to pull us down. I know there's some Capricorns going, wait a minute, what about me? It can truly be a card of Capricorn. We have Capricorn and Aries, connected here. But and that can be, but I have to tell you, I definitely feel the energy of your creative house. It's like, it's on fire. And some of you, it's like you're receiving these epiphanies and you're not sure. You're not quite understanding, or you're wondering, can I really have true success in this? Especially if you're starting something for yourself, right? Because, listen, you have to be able to financially take care of yourself. We have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. So, each knight has a mission to complete. The Knight of Cups mission is to bring you in this cup of fulfillment, whatever it might be, whether it be love, or a love for what you do, or just a love in your life again. You know, it's coming over the energy of, you know, it's like I move away from the toxicity. And I know you use that word a lot, but it's very broad when I say that, because there can be many different things, you know. Maybe I'm drinking too much and it's been clouding my judgment. So I cut back. Um, but again, I feel like that you're receiving epiphanies that are help, you know, they're like the driving force behind us. So this Knight of Cups, his purpose is to bring you in some type of fulfillment, something, you know, we can say that you'll love. Now it's coming over the energy of, again, your pentacles. So I feel like for a lot of you, it's talking about not just success in what you do, but a love for what you do. You know, if you love what you do and you're willing to put in the work, I almost want to say it's guaranteed that you will have success, right? You need to go with the flow at the same time. I feel like really you're learning some valuable lessons that, you know, when we're going through it, it's like, well, how am I ever going to use this in my life? But if you go with the flow, you'll see, you understand how you use it. So we have a cup of love or fulfillment coming towards you, and it is coming towards you. I feel like some of you are on the move, heading back towards someone that you were once with. We have the sun. Beautiful. Well, first of all, the sun coming over the devil. Let me tell you what that means to me. That means there's no darkness that can hide when the sun is out. There's no corners that the darkness can hide in. Everything is illuminated to you, with purpose, right? So that you can learn from it. And you do, with the energy of victory here, you do. You know, this is about happier days, brighter days. This is feeling good again. Interesting, we have the moon and the sun. Some of you, we can relate that back to like a twin flame type energy, and that might be what I'm feeling down here. We have the Hierophant, card of Taurus, but this is about a higher vibration. This is about your faith. Just ask you to take a moment and question and ask yourself some questions. It is 5, so change. We're in a universal year 5. By the way, I'm going to start doing our numerology for 2022 soon. So, you know, like whether you have a whatever your personal year will be in 2022, I'm going to start doing those. And I'll probably start with life, personal year 1 the whole way up. Or, I don't know, maybe I'm going to do life path. We'll see. Maybe I'll do them all. So anyways, the Hierophant says, where's your belief system? Do you believe in you? Do you believe in your ability to create whatever it is you want to create? The Chariot gives you that ability. The Page of Fools says, be willing to take the chances. The Hierophant says, you know, because it's also touching the energy of the devil, saying, you know, what energy have I taken on that really doesn't belong to me, that really doesn't serve me. However, as I say that, I want you to know that I also feel like you were meant to learn from it. And I think you do. I really feel like you do, with all this energy of the movement. The sun is right next to the Hierophant. I love that, especially with the world here, because I often feel in the world, this is our most spiritual time in our life. This is when my spirituality walks hand in hand with my humanness. So the Hierophant is, you know, I feel like what it's saying is you yourself have raised your own vibration, and because of that, I can say that there's rewards, but the rewards, you know, come from you. So you want to congratulate yourself, the growth that you had. I just feel like whatever darkness tries to show itself, or if any darkness tries to hide, it can't. at least for the month of October. But I feel like this is moving forward. You know, some of you could certainly be even moving back to like a hometown with the sun. The sun reminds me of that. All right, I want to look at this Four of Wands in reverse. See what's up with that. Look at that. We have the Hangman again. It's almost like there's two of us who, you know, we may be in a relationship, maybe a marriage, definitely a connection, but it feels like both maybe, you know, it's like I see that it's not serving me any longer. Now, I'm not telling anyone to go get a divorce. This is energy. If you're not feeling it, then it's probably not, this part's probably not for you. That's what you have to learn in a reading. What's for me, what's not. Take what is meant for me and leave the rest. But two hangmans around the marriage card in reverse. I just feel like it's a disconnect. You know, this can also talk about like a relationship, and maybe the ultimate goal was marriage, but it just never seemed to manifest to that energy. Well, maybe it's not meant to. Maybe there's something else out there for you. Um, you know, this Knight of Cups is coming in towards you. I don't feel like this is someone who's popping a question, you know, popping the marriage question. I feel, if anything, this is about ties that once held me, no longer hold me back. So, interesting. We have the Nine of Wands coming over the Seven of Wands. You know, the Nine of Wands is all about your spiritual growth during this last chapter. It's a period of time when, you know, there's a lot of responsibilities perhaps on your shoulders. But at the same time, this is the energy of truly learning, of truly growing. You know, it's saying don't look at your past as mistakes. Look at them as stepping stones towards your future. You know, I can't be all that I can be in a relationship if I carry a lot of the pain and regret and what have you from the past, right? I want to be free within myself. Um, and the Knight of Wands just, you know, it talks about that. It talks about the growth, the potential growth that you can have. I also want to say it's a 9. It did not take you to the 10. So maybe you don't have to go to the 10, because I feel like when you get to the 10 of Wands, it's almost like submission, right? Like back breaking. I feel like this is in every area though. You know, like in work, I've given all I can give, right? I've given all I can give, and this is as far as I feel like I can take it. So maybe you're being pushed or guided to do something on your own. You know, this is perfect energy of someone becoming like the defender of man, the defender of those who cannot defend themselves. We have the Devil again. Look at this, over the Six of Wands, over victory. Again, well, first of all, we have a double Capricorn here, but I feel like this is really talking about your ability to overcome the darkness, your ability to see in the darkness. Now, because, you know, life is about never having darkness again. That's just part of life, right? Light and the dark. But being able to navigate through the darkness, I don't know. I feel like that's really the ticket, is learning how to navigate through the darkness. I definitely feel some of you are helping others navigate the darkness, navigate, you know, it's like I'm becoming the defender for other people, and I'm helping them to maybe even recognize their own temptations, what they tend to go towards. the sun in between both the devils. Again, nothing can hide here. Nothing can hide here. You have the energy of victory, and not just that, but also where other people are looking to you because of your ability to overcome. I know that you can overcome because the strength card is right here. We have the Four of Cups. You know, this could say that I've kind of sat in my life, haven't been truly satisfied with what my life has brought me or what I have brought into my life. The Four of Cups to me is the daydreamer, but am I doing anything about it? Not really in that energy. I wish I did. I wish I could. The Hierophant's right above that saying you don't have to wish, you can. This is about action though. Four of Cups, that's the only thing I worry about is like, how long am I gonna daydream, or am I gonna go after what it is that I want to create? You know, normally in the Four of Cups, this person is not seeing this cup that's being offered because they're more in here. It's coming over the Strength card though. So again, it's like inactivity. I see that. I start to realize that, and then I make the changes accordingly. We have the Moon again. So Pisces can be Cancer. Uncertainty there also. Okay. What I want to do, because I'm not ready to let this go yet, but first let's talk. Let me give you an overview again. If there's something you're feeling guided to create through your life's lessons, this is saying that you truly can be successful. Be willing to focus upon those pentacles. Be willing to continue to learn. I feel like you've already learned some really, truly valuable lessons, but the learning doesn't end, right? It continues, but this is you wanting to know more. Page of Pentacles, I want that knowledge, not just any old knowledge. Yes, how to navigate my physical world, but I also feel like this is how to navigate your spiritual world. Again, the Sun is saying nothing's going to hide here. So don't worry about that, right? Be present, and success will be yours. You know, the Chariot, again, moving into that Nine of Pentacles. So I want to, I don't want to put a ceiling on how far I can take this. Because, again, I feel like if you're being guided, then by all means, I think you should follow it. I truly think you should follow it. So that I'm very, very clear on. I'm also pretty clear on, for some of you, I do feel like there's someone that you've been connected to, right? There was a commitment to. And it's almost like two people feeling the same way, putting a hold on that. So I feel like if I've been waiting for someone to make a commitment, don't wait anymore. I just don't feel like, don't wait anymore. You know, if someone has not made that commitment to you, maybe that's not the person who ultimately would bring you the most joy in your life. You know, because, I don't know. I just feel like there's two people who are kind of not committing here. But for some of you, I feel like because someone of your past, either I think of them, and then, you know, even if you're thinking of them, they're part of this next chapter. So some of you are cutting ties to what was so that you can start to move into what will be. This Knight of Cups is saying, I'm bringing in this cup, right? There's nothing you need to fear. The Sun is here. whatever, this couple fulfillment is, it comes in the light. It comes from the light. The Hierophant saying, just have your belief system intact. Don't take on, especially with the energy of the Page of Wands under that, don't take on other people's opinions of you or restrictions, for you in any areas of your life, because I just feel like many of you are made for greatness. Now, when I say greatness, it doesn't mean the whole world, right? I'm going to help the whole world, but you helping one person is beautiful, and then that person helping another person, and that person helps. It's like paying it forward type energy. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to pick this up, maybe, if I can. As it relates to your career, have a true belief in yourself that you can create that world that you want for yourself. Okay, let's pick this up. I want to keep this out. I'm going to turn that around. And I want to use a different deck. And I'm going to look at the Six of Cups with the World. Clean this all up. Let's use the Crystal Vision. Let's give it a few shuffles. Let's give it a cut. And let's go a little deeper with this. Let's see what this is talking about. Okay, we have the Page of Wands again. We have Temperance. First of all, this card is Sagittarius, but this is about divine timing. When is divine timing the right timing? When is the right time at the right time? Well, hello, Two of Cups. Soulmate energy. And it's interesting that Temperance is really controlling that energy of this soulmate. We have the Queen of Swords. So, can be you, can be another Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Doesn't have to be any of that. Well, we have the Ace of Cups. And then look at this. We have the Ten of Cups. How interesting, because, Mother Mary comes out with the card of marriage. And for some of you, it can be like saving a marriage, of course. I got to put all my commitment into it, right? I got to focus upon it. I got to focus upon us. But you also need that from the other person too. However, I feel like this is talking about what is yet to come, because the world is the next chapter. And it's interesting that the Six of Cups comes before the world. It makes sense, because I feel like this is talking about someone that potentially you already know. I don't feel like it's someone you're with right now. I don't feel like it's someone who would not give you a commitment like now. If this is someone, because I feel like really if it's commitment you're looking for, but someone is unwilling to give that to you, take that as your sign, right? You don't want to beg for it. If they're not ready, they're not ready. And understand sometimes these little bumps, this hardship where, I really thought, I thought we would take it the whole way. But then when you're able to let that energy go, don't look at it as a mistake. Don't look at, don't berate yourself, any of that. It's just life, right? You're taking chances. But as you learn energy, you can really protect yourself. However, I feel like this is talking about what is yet to come. So, temperance, divine timing, divine order. I feel like you're receiving epiphanies. I really do. Page of Wands opens this up. Are you willing to take the chance? Are you willing, with the Ten of Cups, to give all you can give? The Ace of Cups is unconditional love, but it's connected to a soulmate energy. I feel like Temperance is saying, if the question, because we start with the Ace here, right? But then we finish with the 10. The beginning, it's still surrounded in unconditional love. Our free will can really mess this up. But the bottom line is, here it is, right? Here is this Ace of Cups. Here is the soulmate energy. I know this is talking about love. And I feel like the potential of going to the Ten of Cups, yes, it's here, especially with the sun shining twice for you. Twice? Did it come out twice? I feel like it did. So, hello. There's no one in the world I'd want controlling my love life more than Temperance, because Temperance says all good things are worth waiting for. Sometimes the Six of Cups, some of you, this could be a past relationship, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be someone that you knew in your younger years who maybe for some reason you're starting to feel them in a different way. Because now is the time versus maybe back then it really wasn't the time. Now, you don't regret it, any of that. You just understand it, okay. Timing is timing. Because let's say I met this person, I was 17. Am I ready? Can I go? Like, could this relationship go the whole way for the rest of our lives? With the very little experience that we both have at this point. For some, of course, I know people who are, with their childhood sweethearts and have been with them from day one. I am back with mine, but, after 40 years of not being together. So that's kind of, and, the Knight of Cups, when it comes in, it is almost always unexpected. Unexpected. So, some of you, again, you're tied to someone that, for whatever the reason, is not serving you, or you're not receiving commitment that you truly want. Well, and that's hard, right? But in the same breath, I want to say, don't get stuck in that, because perhaps, just maybe, they're not the ones that you're going to finish your life with, right? The world, I feel like, often talks about our most important chapter of our life, and it is directly connected to the Two of Cups, soulmates. Temperance is here. Temperance says, learn the art of patience, right? Because when we want something before it's time, it's not fulfilled, right? It's like, instead of having 10 cups, maybe there's only 5, right? It hasn't come to fruition yet. So have patience with yourself, and, I want to say with others, but again, this is not about waiting for someone to make a commitment to you. I feel like this is just kind of happening. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Can be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. She's the queen that is able to read between the lines. She's the queen that can pick up those details that other people just miss. Wow, Six of Cups is back again. We have the Five of Wands. Interesting. I wasn't planning on doing a whole other spread, but here we go. This can certainly tie air and Pentacles together, air and earth. Well, hello. Four of Wands in the upright. Sometimes I think I'm with the right person, but they're just not giving me, they're not giving me what I give to them. So I have to learn that, if I'm not, you need to receive as well as give. I just find this kind of beautiful because here is the commitment. I feel like I may have just been worrying about someone else when my true love has yet to come in. Now, again, I feel like you probably already know them. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Five of Swords. And with the Five of Swords is the Knight of Swords. So, I'm not going to take clarifiers because I don't need to. I feel like this is communication coming in. Five of Swords, first of all, that is you breaking ties to the past, breaking ties to what no longer serves you. In a way, you can say you're the victor here because you're not allowing yourself to take the drama with you, to take the swords with you, right? It's the clearing of the energy. And that takes time. And I feel like that's partly what Temperance is talking about. It takes time to clear these old swords, and give yourself that time. So it may talk about, as I focus more on my pentacles and creating the type of world I really want for myself, does love just naturally kind of find itself to me? Temperance says yes. The Knight of Swords coming in. It's the only card that's coming in. So this feels like, to you, some type of communication, some type of truth. We already know it's a soulmate. We already know that it's divinely guided. We already know that this person potentially is going to be part of this next chapter in your world. The world gives you, it's the energy of 21, of 3, of joy, of celebration. So, what can I say? I just feel like, the Nine of Cups is telling me that Temperance may be saying, when I bring myself to the energy of the Nine of Cups, when I bring myself there, and that is when I start to find the joy within again. No matter what's happening around me, this is being joyful within, and allowing that energy. I feel like some of you, you really, it's like, I really wanted, maybe you wanted a commitment with someone, but for whatever reason, they're just not doing it. And I kind of feel like there's two people here that weren't doing it, but it's because you're being led to a soulmate energy, divine timing, being willing to take a chance in that, being willing. Ace of Cups, this is love. Ten of Cups, it has the potential of eternity, let's just say. The Queen of Pentacles, she's the one who sees the details that other people misses. So, and I feel like this is coming to you as like signs that potentially you were missing, that now I feel are going to be very clear. Six of Cups again. Listen, you could have been connected to this person and maybe didn't turn out perfect, right? Maybe we have 2 5s here. A lot of ego energy here. But yet in the Five of Wands, I often feel the people in this energy could work perfectly together if they could take their ego out of it. So I also feel, listen, with social media and that, this could be you like posting that you're single now, and someone from the past picks that up, sees it, and is like, oh, okay, now's my time, now's my chance. So don't be surprised if something like that happens, because again, I feel like it's somewhat out of your control. What Temperance says is, don't worry about this type of thing. Because when you are being true to yourself and you're living what feels like your authentic life, I can guarantee you that soulmate energy walks in the door. A lot of this was just learning of the past, and now it feels like you're ready. You're ready. I mean, look at Temperance with the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands. So divine has his hand in your love life. It just feels like, again, who's ever in this Two of Swords, that wasn't the time. And again, I'm not saying regret that period, because that could have just ignited something within you. And maybe you're both meant to go live your separate lives until the timing was right. The timing will be right. But so how interesting that the first spread we have the Four of Wands in reverse, right? So no real true commitment there. And now we have the Four of Wands in the upright under the Ten of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, and Temperance, and the World. So I feel like this is something where if you're open to the experience will find you. And I feel like that's where I should leave it. It's funny because you're the only one that I did two spreads with, but boy, this is like intense, beautiful love. It really is. It's just love. The Ace of Cups is unconditional love. So Temperance may say, are you there yet? Are you able to give unconditional love to another, but also to yourself? And that means you're allowing yourself to receive. Someone of the past is coming back in. And again, I already see for some of you, it's like, it's like I take my Facebook and I've had that I was in a relationship. I feel like some of you had it said complicated relationship, but I feel like you're turning it back to single. And when you do that, I feel like that is when someone picks up on that. May not happen right away, but it does kind of feel like it. So, whenever you get to that point, I feel like the right person picks it up, or we could say divine puts it within their heart that, what do I mean by that? I mean, all of a sudden they just start thinking about you, and they're thinking about you, and you're thinking about them, and they're thinking about you, and you're thinking about them. And this energy is, it's radiating out in the universe, and that's what's coming back to you. So, moral of the story is, don't hold yourself don't hold yourself to someone if they're unwilling to give you what it is you need. If you're being realistic, if they're not willing to make that commitment to you, don't take that, as a sword in your heart, because I feel like this is the person that ultimately you'll be making that commitment with. So why waste your time on someone who's unwilling to do that? Now, doesn't mean that they don't love you and all that, but if they're, if they can't bring themselves to a true commitment with you, and I feel that means being true to you, then you got other things. You got too much life to live to be stagnated by that, because you were with the Hangman, right? You were. But boy. So, I guess I can either trust in divine timing and just, because Temperance wants you to let go of control. We already know the more you concentrate in your creative house, whether that be building a business for yourself, the more you open to universal energy. There's something that Temperance is waiting for to come to balance. And I feel like when that happens, naturally things start to flow. And again, this night is coming towards you. So, I don't feel like there's a lot you got to do other than be true to you. Be true to you, and don't let your past cause fear about the future, because this is a true soulmate. Soulmates can certainly have lessons attached to them. They do. But we work at them together. This is the difference. We work at them together. This feels like an ultimate love reading with the ace and the 10. Six of Cups keeps showing up. This commitment, true commitment. This is about two people who truly want to commit to each other. I'm not dragging anybody into this energy. And they're not dragging me into this energy. This is just, I feel like for some of you, there's someone that you knew, could have been a friend. I feel like they're on your social media already. And I don't know. I just feel like in a year's time, some of you are going to be writing me comments about this relationship you're in, and maybe even marriage. This is the marriage card. Mother Mary put out the marriage card for us. Doesn't always mean what the person we're with, though. You have to be the judgment of that, right? You have to be the judgment. But if they're not fulfilling you in the way that a relationship should, then the next step has to be yours. Do I stay or do I go? So I'm going to leave that there. I'm glad I went a step further here. Okay, let's read the marriage card. And, never would I say that two people should divorce each other because there's a few problems. If you're already in a marriage and you feel that it can be turned around, I am not telling you to leave it. This could be a love that's recreated at the same time. But the Four of Wands in reverse was saying that true commitment just didn't seem to be there. In this section, now there is a commitment. And I often feel this is usually the rest of my life, especially with the world here. The world says that you are really becoming one with your spirituality, and that allows you to live a different type of life. Okay, let's read marriage. You drew this card because your relationship needs loving attention. You've been out of balance lately, with too much focus upon work and intellectual pursuits. Mother Mary steps in and asks you to stop what you're doing and put your energy into your marriage. In fact, make a renewed commitment to it and all of your interpersonal relationships. Allow yourself to care about and connect with each person you love. For unmarried individuals, this card signals a positive and important change in your love life, provided that you open your heart and allow yourself to be authentic and vulnerable with others. I can never say that word right. Commit to developing your relationships at the highest possible levels so that they are truly love-filled. Wow. Thank you, Mother Mary. And I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'm trying to think, I wish I have, the title is they give us such little room to write a title. And I'm always thinking, how do I get all of this in a small title so that, you really feel drawn to it? I'm just going to trust in my guides, and I'm going to trust in your guides that, you'll find it. You'll find this reading when you're meant to find it. And I see some of you going from what's that saying under Facebook for relationships? Complicated, back to single. And I feel like that step alone, now I don't want you all going and just putting your social media as single, but if that's what it is, then that's what it is. Be true to you. Be true to you. That's what Temperance says. Be true to you and trust in divine energy. Holy cow, it's bringing you so much. But in the same breath, you deserve it because you're freeing yourself from the things and the people who cannot fulfill you in a way that you deserve to be fulfilled. This person can, and you fulfill them also. So, I love you guys. As always, thank you for just tuning in. Thank you for coming to my table, having an open mind. I know it doesn't apply to everyone, but I feel like it's more about steps. Some parts will fit now, some parts will fit later. But, you know, I pre-shuffle these cards and then I shuffle again with you online, and I'm just always amazed. You know, Temperance, Two of Cups, Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups, and ultimately marriage. Marriage. So, can I start something from the beginning and take it the whole way? I feel like now, or Temperance is saying, when the timing is right, the time is right. It also talks about, you know, why can you let go of the worry of it? Because divine will make sure you're at the right place at the right time, right? Everything will happen in divine timing. And while that's going on, concentrate on your creativity, because you have very strong energy in that also. Taking it into the leadership role, the business owner, very persuasive energy where a lot of people are looking to you. This may be your time to shine, not just in career though, but also in love. So, I love you guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, if it resonated. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the subscribers who've been with me. I love you guys so much, and you know, I pick up on your energy. I just do. Thank you for sharing my videos. Sometimes you're hearing it because you have a friend or a sister or someone who's going through something that you're like, this is for so and so. Thank you for sharing, because that may just be what brought you here too. Thank you for your donations, keeping the channel alive, just everything. I love you guys. I hope that you find your way here. But in the same breath, I trust temperance and divine timing. So, I love you. I will see you next time at my table. Bye-bye.